So just take a moment to settle yourself wherever you are, whether you're sitting, lying. And if it feels comfortable, just let the eyes gently close. But if you'd rather keep them open, that's completely fine too. Just let them softly focus somewhere in the middle distance. So you're not really paying attention to anything in particular. And just bring the attention now to the breath. And take a few slow breaths. Bringing the attention to the felt experience of each breath, just as best you can. And see if you can simply invite the attention to rest there with the breath. Bringing a keen awareness to the felt experience of the breath. So just gently in and out with the breath. And you might notice cooler air coming into the nose, warmer air leaving again. Staying with the raw sensations of the breath. And if it feels comfortable too, just gently slowing the breath a little. Keeping it comfortable, not forcing it. Just gently easing it down. And perhaps finding some space between the breaths. Exploring the space between breaths. And you can pause for as long as feels comfortable for you. 3 beats, 5 beats. Longer if it feels okay. But keep it relaxed and easeful. And what happens to the mind in this space between breaths? Are there distracting thoughts that appear? Are there physical sensations in the body that are noticed? Or perhaps there's a stillness. Just see what's true for you. So now bring your attention to the experience in the feet. Connecting again to the raw felt sensations that you find there. Being curious to these sensations. Feeling in the toes, balls of the foot, the heel, the arches. Feeling the experience from the inside out, just as best you can. And seeing if you can share this experience with the breath. Sharing awareness of the feet with awareness of the breath. And see if it's possible to let go of the labels that the mind is trying to attach to this experience. Simply noticing changes in pressure, sense of temperature, the tingling and the absence of sensation that actually defines the experiences that you encounter. See if you can let your sense of the feet and the breath dissolve into those energetic patterns. And noting any attempt by the mind to label them, to annotate, to define. And if that tendency is there, just note it. And if there's a frustration, simply note that too. Just recognizing what's true for you in this very moment. Just seeing how this space feels. And once again, if possible, letting go of the inclination of the mind to label it, to try and define it with concepts that ill describe the actual felt experience of whatever feeling is present. The quality of our emotions can never be fully described with words that we have. They're always inadequate. Either through the limitation of the word itself, the limitation of our understanding of the word, or the limitation of the person hearing the word being spoken and their interpretation of the word in the context of their life. So see if you can just let go of these concepts, of these labels, and this inclination to attach them. And simply see what you find with the body, with the breath, with the quality of whatever emotion is present. And rest in that space as best you can. And if you find yourself distracted by the movie theatre of the mind, simply re-anchor your attention to the breath, to the feet. Begin again. Focus on cool air coming in, warm air leaving. The felt experience of the feet. Return to feeling from. Feeling from within these sensations and experiences. And then again, just gently letting go of the labels if you can. And returning to the raw energetic patterns and experience. And so now I'd like to invite some metta into the practice for the latter part. So metta, loving kindness, loving awareness, is a more focused form of mindfulness meditation to help condition the mind into a kinder and more compassionate nature. So just bring yourself to mind as best you can. And gently, with an honest and open heart, wish that you might be happy. May I be happy. And if it helps, you might want to put your hands on your heart or your belly, if that feels right for you. May I be happy. May I be free from suffering. May I be safe and well. May I be filled with joy. May I be happy. And if it feels awkward or difficult or contrived, perhaps imagine yourself as a much younger version of yourself before you can have done all the terrible things that you doubtless feel that you've done in your life. Before the relationship with yourself was perhaps soured by whatever experiences of life came your way. So if it is uncomfortable and it does feel difficult, just imagine the youngest version of you that you can remember and bring them to mind and wish them to be happy. May I be happy. May I be safe and well. May I be free from suffering. May I be filled with joy. And see how the mind feels during this practice. Does anything change? Again, what's the felt experience? Whether you label it or whether you let go of the label, just be present with the tone of the mind in this space. May I be happy. May I be free from suffering. May I be safe and well. May my days be filled with joy. And simply rest in this space. Making these quiet statements in the mind as often as feels comfortable. And you can use any statement of positive regard. They don't have to be these statements. Choose statements that resonate with you, that come from a place of positivity, genuine good intention, and an open heart. And if you happen to find this experience pleasant, savor this experience. Move closer. Rest in it a while. And if you find this experience challenging, then see if you can invite a sense of compassion toward yourself in respect of that. See if it's possible to sit with the uncomfortable as well, as a friend might, with kindness, with curiosity, with interest. There's an invitation to learn from our practice, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant, or neither. I'm just going to leave you for one more minute in this space. Open awareness. So now just taking some time to bring your awareness back to the experience around you, the sensations, sounds, the presence of the room in which you're sitting or lying, any sounds, smell, taste, texture of where you're sitting or lying, and taking all the time you need, gently opening your eyes, orientating yourself back to the space. And there's now an invitation to some mindful inquiry on the experience of this practice if you wish. So when you're ready, just gently cast a review of the experience as it was for you. And there's no right or wrong, there's no experience you should have had. You didn't need to have relaxed or found it pleasant. But these things may have been true equally. So perhaps the practice was easy and fluid, or perhaps it was a little erratic or difficult. So just noting whether there were bits that were more appealing or less appealing, easier or harder. Simply what you noticed. And then an invitation to reflect on those things that you noticed. Is there an opportunity to learn anything from that? Anything that might help you in your day-to-day, moment-to-moment experience? Any wisdom which might be available? Once again, perhaps something will be made apparent and perhaps it won't. And there's no expectation that there should be. Just a kind, inquiring mind. How was it for you? Thank you.